What's up, guys? So welcome back to Real Talk Hockey. Today we're going to adjust the draft. We're going to talk about some of the bigger acquisitions and the bigger trades, like the Bruins. They moved out a couple of guys, and of course the top picks like Eichel, Hannafin, McDavid, and Marner. And we're going to also talk about the other acquisitions in the draft, and let's start with the Oilers. So of course McDavid. What do you guys think of this player?
Whoa. He's a player that everyone knows. He's going to be a generational player. He's going to be the next Gretzky. What do we need to know about him? He's going to bring the Oilers out of the dead and hopefully make them win.
See, I don't think so.
Why?
This is the first problem I think first that we have as Oilers fans is we got to transition McDavid into here. Like, let him play third line, ease him into it. The Oilers have been known for making terrible, and I mean terrible decisions when it comes to developing our players. Some amazing prospects that we just totally destroyed. If I were the Oilers, I'd sign some free agents, get a good center in, get some, veterans in, let McDavid start on the third line.
Yeah, but this guy's a different player. Look at Crosby and Ovechkin. They came into the league. I think Ovechkin had almost 60 goals his first year. And Crosby had a 100-point season.
Yeah, but still, no.
These guys are generational players, franchise players for a reason.
First of all,
okay, go.
McDavid's coming to a Canadian city. Crosby and Ovechkin went to American cities where they were already in the dirt for a long time. There was no expectations there. McDavid's coming to a team where they've had 3 first overall picks, where there is a lot of pressure in Edmonton for them to make the playoffs. What does he need all this pressure for? Ease him into it. Start him on the third line.
The pressure isn't on him. With all these first overall picks like Hall, Yakupov, Nuge, they take the pressure off of him.
Okay, but
not like Crosby,
when the
where
season
he
starts,
had no one with him.
When the season starts, if the Oilers aren't doing good and McDavid's not doing good, the first thing they're gonna say is, "Wow, another draft bust."
No, I think they'll blame it on the D this year because that's where they need to improve. D and goalie. Like they might get another goalie, but if they don't fix that, then that's a problem, not McDavid. Everyone's saying their offense is already good enough.
Okay, so talking about those improvements, let's talk about some other acquisitions they made, like Ryan Hart and Talbot. Ryan Hart's a 21-year-old defenseman, 4th overall. This guy played in Edmonton for the Oil Kings, and Talbot took New York to President's Trophy, and because Lundqvist fell with an injury. Let's talk about those guys.
Well, first of all, I think Cam Talbot is going to be a lot of questions on if he can take the next step. He's got 50 games played. His numbers look good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. He's unexperienced yet. It's not. I don't know if he's a starter yet. Like, it's all question marks still for me, and I guess we got to see him play. I'm hoping we get someone else just in case he doesn't do good.
Griffin Reinhart does look good, though. I probably believe in him more than the other guys on the show. I think he'll develop into a top 2 pairing defense.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
I think,
6'4".
I think Reinhart maybe number 3 guy. I don't think he'll become a top 2, 3, 4 guy. But Talbot, I think it was a good trade. We got him cheap. We got to remember that it was a good trade. He might not become a starter.
Glenn was asking a first
round. He might not become a starter, but it was a good trade.
And I think we did overpay for Reinhardt.
I do too. I think.
Really.
But if he becomes a player, a top 2D, I think then it's worth it.
It was a great trade if he becomes what we expect.
But if here's the thing. I watched Peter Chiarelli's video after the draft. He said that when he had made the trade, the player that he wanted with the 16th pick was still there. But the player that was taken with the 16th pick, which was Matt Barzal, was not the guy he wanted, which makes me believe he was going to take a defenseman. Now, if you look at it, if he was going to take an 18-year-old defenseman, that means an extra 3 or 4 years of development. He instead makes a trade, gets Griffin Reinhart, speeds up the process, already 20 years old, maybe a couple years, he's in the NHL.
Yeah, but that's a couple of years still.
But they want him in the NHL next year.
Exactly. And
he'll play next year. 4 or 5 years of development, or he starts next year.
Yeah. But if he did what he did with the Islanders this year, he didn't even do good in the AHL. Like, it was iffy with the Islanders. Maybe he likes playing more in Edmonton or something. It'll give him a better boost. He'll play better, but it's still.
It's a risky trade.
Yeah,
it's risky, and we'll see how it works.
I think there's a lot less. Plus, you look at the look. what do you send a message to a 20-year-old who's expected to come into camp to make the team? When you just make a trade, you get Nick Leddy, all right? You get Johnny Boychuk. You got other young guys that were pushed behind, you know? And so all of a sudden, a guy like 20 years old who's trying to make his way, you know, maybe I don't want to.
But I think we can all agree that he had no chance with the Islanders.
Yeah.
About Dougie Hamilton, let's talk about the Flames first. Let's talk about the Flames. Let's talk.
I think, to be honest, I think the Flames overpaid for Dougie Hamilton. I didn't like the trade. He's not...
He had, I think, 28, 32 the year before.
Playing beside Chara. That's why.
Dougie Hamilton was a steal for the Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames were lucky to get Dougie Hamilton. First of all, Dougie Hamilton was a 9th overall pick. 6'2", 210 pounds. He already scored 42 points last year. He's already a top 2 defenseman. He's exactly what Calgary needed. Calgary has nobody there after Giordano. Yes, they got Brody. Yes, they got Russell. Yes, they got other... These guys are nobodies. Nobody wants them. Dougie Hamilton is 21 years old.
I agree with Abe on that one.
How they make the playoffs then?
You know,
I'll
be surprised if Calgary makes the playoffs.
Well, Boston didn't make the playoffs with Dougie Hamilton.
Well,
why
they just
would
got
they make
Dougie
it?
Hamilton, so they might make the playoffs now.
Dougie Hamilton was an absolute steal for Calgary. They are very, very satisfied they got him. This guy's going to be a number 1 defenseman.
I think they overpaid.
Okay,
if they were gonna pay something, they probably wanted a forward. I would think.
So you think?
Yeah. Their D1.
I don't think that.
Giordano went up, got injured this year, and they still made the playoffs without him.
Yeah, and Russell did very well. Weidman did very well.
So you don't like the trade?
It's not that I don't like the trade. It's I think that if they were gonna trade that many picks, they might as well have gone a forward.
Well, you're the only Flames fan.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Won that, I think.
Here's the thing. Calgary got what is right now a top 2 defenseman. Do you guys not think he's a top 2 defenseman? Let's start there. Do you guys think so?
Number 2 guy, not number 1.
Number 2.
Yeah, 42 points last season. I'll give him number 2.
And 10
but
goals.
if he doesn't repeat, if he does not repeat, he's not number 2.
So, if he is, which I think he is, a number 2 defenseman right now, Calgary got a number 2 defense without giving up Sam Bennett, which, you know, the Bruins could use some offense. Yeah. Sam Bennett, Monahan stays, and so does Goudreau. Yeah, you get a number 2 defenseman without giving up any of your best players?
Well, that pick, they got a forward. They got a DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk. They got Jake DeBrusk with that pick, and he's a gritty point getter who suits the Bruins system.
I think DeBrusk is a good prospect, but he went way too early in the draft. 14th overall was way too high.
They had 3 picks, 13, 14, 15. They traded for both of them. One was Dougie Hamilton, as we just discussed, and the other was Milan Lucic. What do you guys think of those trades? I like the Lucic trade. Yeah. They got Martin Jones and they got a first round.
Well,
yeah, they got a first round pick from Martin. If you look at it, that means they got 2 firsts and I think a second for Milan Lucic. That's pretty good.
No, I think they got a first, Martin Jones, and
a third. A third?
I think.
So, and then they flipped Martin Jones for another first rounder, which, you know, you talk about unproven goalies. Did they get any more expensive?
He's a restricted free agent too, so I think he's still never signed. He's not going to sign. And, like, I think that was a good trade, fair on both sides. Lucic is going to fit well with LA, and the Bruins got what?
I don't think he fits in LA. No. He has a physical style.
Lucic is exactly what LA plays like.
Yeah. No, but I think he has a good point. I think he has a good point. Like, he's not that great defensively, which LA is great defensively. They're not just big and strong; they're really good defensively too. Lucic is defensively, you know, he's not really.
But he fits their grind game. He's gonna dump the puck, gets on the forecheck, goes to the net, makes those.
But I don't know
if he scores those greasy goals. He fits in out. If he's not in Boston, his second best team would be LA.
He's not gonna fit in Daryl Sutter's system.
His
system is defend, dump, score. He doesn't do the first part.
Lucic is not bad defensively,
but he's not great. Like, but all of their players.
Yeah, but look at Marian Gaborik. Marian Gaborik can't play defense if his life depended on it. But what happened?
Marian Gaborik doesn't play the dump and chase game either.
So what says that it's not?
You fit him into the system. I guess Daryl Sutter might be able to.
I think Daryl Sutter is a great coach. He'll make it work with Milan Lucic.
I see your point in terms of why he wouldn't fit. Could have traded at least 2 of those picks, if not all 3. I think they
Yeah.
should have went up, tried to get Phoenix 3rd overall, and as soon as Hannafin dropped to 5th, I think they should have like went all
Phone
out.
calls gotta be ringing, man.
They
Like, what a steal.
went all out for Carolina's pick.
Yeah.
As soon as he dropped that high.
Wasn't it already gone
Who?
when they traded those 2 players for those who weren't?
No, they traded-
First of all, the 2 players that they got
traded
at.
them in the daytime before the
Before the draft. Before the
So they
draft.
had 3 picks going
Going
into the draft. They should have did something.
The players
with
they
those
got, the one, Jakub Zaborlo, he looks not bad. He could be in NHL, but the other 2 players,
Okay,
way
Jake
too
DeBrusk
early.
is a good player, but he should have probably went in the 20s.
Yeah.
I know
14th overall is
Angus
way
likes
too
him a
early.
lot. but-
Here's an interesting thing too. The general manager for Boston said that they're not rebuilding, and they had 3 picks in a row. So
and he didn't trade them for players.
and it does. I know. It really doesn't make sense. You're not rebuilding, and you have 3 picks
He
in a row.
traded his best defenseman.
I
He
think
traded maybe his 3rd best forward, if you count Bergeron Krejci ahead of him.
Man, Bergeron is over.
They're rebuilding. They should just send the rest out as well. Just maybe keep Tuukka Rask because he's a little younger. Well, the Dougie Hamilton trade, actually, I think that was the best he could have done. Hamilton was gone either way.
Yeah,
He was
that
gone
is one
either
thing.
way.
I think they offered him 6 years at $5.5
At
million.
5.5,
He didn't
they did.
accept it.
Yeah,
And I heard there's actually 3 different contracts he declined.
and he
So
only got a
clearly
point.
he didn't want to play
He
them.
only got 250,000 raised with Calgary, so
I think the Bruins were big time losers of the day. Their 3 picks were horrible. Jake DeBrusk, as we talked about, was supposed to be a later first round pick, early 20s, 23, 24,
he led
25.
the WHL in points.
He did. I think he got 40 goals.
Yeah.
and I think 90 points.
And they say he's a hard worker.
He's
So-
not your typical goal scorer. He's kind of plays like a Corey Perry game, just not as skilled.
Yeah, I
He plays
think
the
he's a
Boston
little more
Bruin
right.
game.
Yeah.
He plays the
He's
Boston
like
He's like
He's like Lucic. They
He's
got
like
another
Lucic.
Lucic.
He's like
They got
Lucic.
another Lucic.
They got another.
And he's not big either. And the other pick that they got with their 15th
But he
overall,
plays a big game.
Yeah.
the other pick that they got with their 15th overall, I don't know his name right now.
Senishin,
Oh,
something like that. That was a bad pick.
he's a
That was just
nobody,
off
man.
the board.
He's off the
Maybe
board
they
to the
maybe
max.
they scouted him and I don't know, but that was off.
Off
They
the board.
obviously
board.
wanted
Like,
him if they
board.
traded
Yeah.
up for him.
No, they didn't. That was
They didn't
actually.
trade him.
They
They had
traded-
Matt Barzal was at the 16th pick. He was still there. He's supposed to be a top 5 pick. When you got a top 5 pick available at 16 or 15, you take him.
What did he drop?
Especially if you're not going to
16.
trade that pick. Okay, anyways, anything else, Boston, or should we go to Buffalo? Buffalo?
Well, I think we should address something first. Speaking of
Yes.
bad picks, how about Washington picking a goalie in the first round?
Big loser, biggest loser actually of the draft was the Washington Capitals. They picked a goalie in the first round, and I think they had 4 other picks.
Yeah,
They were all
they only had 4
defensemen.
picks.
They did not address any needs. They just filled holes that weren't there, pretty much.
And the picks that they got that were defensemen, they're later picks, but they actually, all the scouts said that all 3 of those players were long shots of making the NHL. And the Caps
Yeah,
have,
European.
yeah, they were all European. No, there was actually one Connor Hobbs guy who was Canadian, but he was still a late pick. They said they were all hardly to make the NHL, but you do not take a goalie in the first round of the draft. You do not. Goalies like Samsonov might have fell into around the 40 or 50th pick range.
Yeah.
You know?
But he was the best goalie,
DiPietro.
hot top-ranked goalie in the league. I think he's in the draft.
He's big
I
though.
think
He's
he's
6'6", 6'5",
6'5", 6'6", 220 pounds, I think,
Yeah.
already as a
18-year-old.
18 or 19.
18.
Okay. So he's a good goalie, and they say he's athletic, but it's the first round, and
You do
20,
not
where did
take
they pick?
goalies in
20?
the first round. 20.
23, 22?
I think 24.
Especially because they have
24?
Holtby too, so
Yeah.
They got
And-
enough goalies.
already a young goalie. This guy's gonna have to wait another
He's not
10
gonna
years.
play. He's
yeah,
not
he's
gonna
gonna
play
play
for
with
the
Washington.
Capitals.
He's not.
He's just-
Assuming Holtby stays.
Opie's
Yeah.
gonna stay there. Opie's gonna
Yeah.
be there for
He's
a while.
a restricted free agent this year. So.
yeah. So and
He's not going anywhere.
I don't know. I think maybe
I don't think he'll be.
maybe not.
Washington could do better. I think Washington.
Maybe a trade. Maybe they believe in this Samsonov guy. I doubt it, but
They'll probably trade some.
yeah.
They probably
they did
use
with
someone
Philip
larger
Forsberg.
them.
You
Like
still,
they did
you
with
still
Philip
don't draft goalies in the first round.
Maybe
You
they
don't.
just thought there was.
What? I think
Who
it's
was
been
left?
3
Who
years.
was
Look,
left?
the last good goalie that was left, the last time we had a good goalie that was supposed to be, you know, #1 eligible goalie was Zach Fucali a few years ago. Where did he drop to? 35?
Yeah, something like
right?
that.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a starter one day.
Yeah.
He was taken to the 34th, 35th pick, somewhere around there.
That's where you take goalies.
That's where you take goalies. If they're supposed to be #1s. You find goalies in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. Henrik Lundqvist is a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't happen anymore these days, but you do not need to take a goalie in the first round.
No, you can wait on a goalie.
Have you
Especially
seen-
because they need like 6 years to develop too. So I think that was an early pick from Washington,
And
Especially
they
for a
didn't.
they're
team
the
that's
biggest
supposed
bust
to be.
this draft.
Buffalo did pick second overall. Come on, guys. Let's talk about Jack Eichel. I think 6.
Eichel's good.
How
What's
big is
more
he?
interesting to me was Ryan O'Reilly.
Ryan
Ryan O'Reilly is a great player. He's a great acquisition. I don't know why they went after him. They're looking at saying he wants like 7 years for $6.5 million. They got Jack Eichel, first line center. They got Ryan Hart for second line center. Now you're gonna pay at least $6 million for a third line center.
No, he's gonna play second line there. They want to insulate Reinhardt. They want to put him on the wing this year, even if they even play him.
Ryan Hart should be playing center.
I know, but they want to put him
I
on
don't
the wing
think
first.
he won't do
Sam
that good in
Reinhart
center.
does.
Like Eichel is already big enough for a center position. He's a big guy. He's played with the men in the college and center. Like Eichel is already big enough for a center position. He's a big guy. He's played with the men in the college and the other tournament.
The World Championship.
World Championship.
The U.S. team.
He played with the men. Reinhardt still never versed big.
He's
body
played
guys.
World Juniors though.
World Juniors. That's still.
Yeah,
I know.
it's a big difference. He's right. He's
There
played
is
man.
a difference.
I
Let's wrap this up with the winners and losers of the draft. Let's get these guys' opinions. What do you guys think?
Okay, I think biggest loser by far, Washington Capitals. Abe's favorite team, I'm sorry to say. They didn't execute on any trades. They picked a goalie with their first round pick. Biggest losers.
My biggest loser is the Washington Capitals for sure. There was a lot that, to me, the #1 need they need is a first line winger to play with Ovechkin and Backstrom. Instead, they go ahead and draft a goalie. My biggest loser. You know who else lost on the weekend? The Boston Bruins.
Yeah. The Boston Bruins, they made some okay trades, the best they could have done, but then they picked with them and they didn't pick well. So we'll see. Maybe
Their trades
they
were
prove us
horrible.
wrong.
Their trades were horrible, and their draft picks were horrible.
Any winners?
I guess the winner are the Oilers because they got a generational player. But I also think Buffalo Sabres won the draft. Like just because they picked second, it's like picking first. Eichel's gonna be an elite player, and he's already good enough for the NHL. I think.
Bob McKenzie on TSN says that if Jack Eichel was in any of the last 5 drafts, he would have went first overall. That's even including Stamkos here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
That's a statement.
something,
Yeah, that's a statement.
yeah, one of the best players in the league. He might be. Yeah, it's gonna be McDavid versus Eichel for years to come. I think another winner is the Flames. Of course, they got a nice prize in Dougie Hamilton, as much as I hate to say. And they also traded up in the second round. They got a guy named Oliver Killington. I think he's good. Most people don't know him. I think he's gonna be a pretty good player. Any other winners?
Yes, the Oilers won. Yes, the Sabres won. To me, one of the other winners, though, is the Arizona Coyotes. I like Dylan Strome. I like what the Arizona Coyotes are doing. They've got Ekman Larson, Brandon Gormley. Now they can build around Dylan Strome with Duclair and Domi on the wings. It's looking pretty good down there in Arizona.
Another loser could be the Leafs, I guess.
Yeah, I was just
missing out on Hanifin.
When you
and
can
picking
take a
Marner.
6'5" defenseman who's projected to be #1, you take him.
Yeah.
You take him.
Yeah.
But they're comparing Marner to Patrick Kane, so hopefully
maybe
he proves us wrong.
maybe
but
he does
I still
prove
think
him wrong.
that's a loser.
Yeah. Me too. And they didn't pick with their other pick. They kept trading down, and I don't know. They got a bunch of prospects. We'll see.
All their
They're
prospects
going
were
through a
small.
major rebuild.
All their prospects. There is one good pick they made, defenseman. I think he went 31 overall. Travis Dermott. He's a pretty good skater. He looks pretty good. But he's small too. I think he's 5'10".
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. This is Real Talk Hockey for you guys. See you guys next time.
Sometime next week we will talk about free agency. Catch you later.
Subscribe.